All right, guys. Well, welcome back to Coastal Living. Now we are talking about horror films. It's Wellness Wednesday, and we have Dr. Chad Peters here with an interesting approach to kind of, as we're talking, it's a Halloween theme.
You know, I
wellness
try
segment.
to keep all this stuff fun and light. So that the idea is, you know, it's all about health and wellness. And instead of talking about scary stuff like shootings and terrorists, let's make it more for the season. So I'm going to test your fitness out based on could you survive a Halloween horror flick?
Well, he came in with combat boots,
He's
so
in
I'm
his
worried.
tactical
Yeah.
gear.
So
serious?
So well, first I want to try to impress Jocelyn with her fashion stuff. So in the industry, this is called tacticool.
I see what you did
So
there.
tacticool is it's an actual thing, and this is really where the article came to be. I've got a lot of friends that do all these gun training things in Texas, and Corpus Christi's pretty good. They actually like to practice this stuff.
Yeah.
But these guys will spend $10,000 on their guns and their ammo and all their cool tactical gear, and they're not healthy. And you know, my idea is you're way more likely to die of a bad ticker than a bad trigger.
Yep.
Right?
Ooh, I
you're
like
going to
that.
have a heart attack before you're going to get a terrorist attack.
Yes.
So let's kind of focus on the things that actually keep us alive and keep us healthy.
Okay, I'm ready.
that.
What's the
Okay,
challenge?
step
here?
one.
Well, so you just woke up,
Yeah.
it's Halloween Eve,
Yes.
and you are in the cemetery you told me you weren't going to
Dun,
be
dun,
in,
dun.
next to the insane asylum, and
goodness.
Oh,
the
no.
zombie horde is chasing you. And I've done my research and my estimation,
real
I
fast.
figured the zombies run at about a 13-minute mile pace.
Okay.
Can you escape?
Yeah, I can do a 10-minute
I
mile.
can run right next to the
Yeah,
zombie
I mean,
for
in your
13
heels
minutes.
and stuff too, right? I mean, it's
There we
it's
go.
crazy,
So
but it's
that's
just-
a picture of
it's something
me or
to think
Jocelyn
about, right?
in this
That's right,
situation. That's my
good.
Starbucks
I'm trying to
milkshake.
figure out who clocked the zombies at 13 miles an hour.
Yeah, well, that's science. I always use my science on stuff. We don't make anything up, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
feel
so
like they're-
that's your
I can do a
first one. You
10-minute
got
mile.
away, you got your
Okay.
10-minute mile. And I would say most people very much overestimate how fit they are when it comes to running. You know,
I'm being realistic. I think
run a
13
6-minute
is-
mile. Yeah, I did it once. It doesn't mean I
Yes,
can do it
exactly.
again. It doesn't
yeah.
mean I can
The first
do it.
mile
when
I could do in
yeah.
11, 12. After
Yeah, yeah.
that, it's over.
So just something to think about.
I'm
Because I think a
done.
lot of these guys that are my runner and gunner buddies, they just aren't there. They are very overestimating their fitness.
Yeah, we like to
All right.
pat ourselves on the back a
So
little
the second thing is you escape the zombie horde and you've gone to your safe, and we ended up in a junkyard.
Okay.
And so Chucky, the Halloween doll,
My biggest
is
fear.
coming after you, and you need to be able to run in the back seat of one of those cars, shut the door, get out the other side and shut the door to escape from Chucky. And you need to be able to do this quickly.
I can
So
do
this is
that.
mobility stuff, and I know Mac didn't like the get-ups that we did a couple weeks ago, but mobility is real, and the science behind mobility is not escaping Chucky the doll. It's that it's like a 10-year window on will you die more. So the idea of mobility is, can you get in and out of that back seat?
Put Chucky behind Mac, and I bet you will.
Well, how do you measure mobility?
Well, you've got to be able to move and bend and change positions. There are measurements, like that get-up test is a real thing. There's a big structural system called the FMS, which is a 6-point test that you can do. And the FMS isn't geared towards making your body feel better. It's can you live longer. So it's a real thing.
Interesting. Okay, so in and out of the back seat.
Yep.
Got it. Hopefully I'm wearing silk and I can just slip
Shoot right through, just like we all think we can,
Yeah.
right?
So
All
then
right.
what's next?
So the next stage is you're on the back side of this car. You've escaped Chucky, and now all the bugs from like more of like my parents'
God.
era book, right? So all the bugs come out and they
I'm
go.
done. I'm done.
There you go. There's my creepiest bug I could find.
And are
Okay.
you on the floor or where are you?
What you need to do is get up over the wall, because behind the junkyard's a wall, and are you strong enough to pull yourself up over the wall?
Not anymore.
that's tricky.
You remember when you
Well,
used
you
to
got to
do
be, Matt,
pull-
because the bugs are coming, man.
Remember
Oh,
pull-ups?
here's Chad.
Yeah,
Let's see
here
if
we
Chad
go.
can do
Okay,
it.
let's
So I just got my regular wall there, and
He's
I'm
practicing
like,
for American
very
Ninja
good.
Warrior.
can you get up? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I did that a lot in high school when the
And-
cops
Yeah.
showed up at the
And that's a part
party.
of it. And the idea, like we said, the metaphor, like you were talking about, is more like, are you strong enough to do this kind of stuff? Because real life strength isn't like how much can you bench and how much can you squat. It's this
Absolutely
kind of
not.
stuff. So I want you over there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you were running over fences, or you were
Just
jumping and
jumping over.
leaping? Just...
It was recreational
Okay,
fun.
he's going to act like he's never
We
been
were
there. Like, who doesn't
practicing
hop
to see
over
if we could
fences, man?
survive.
I did that just yesterday at the clinic,
That's
just to
very
do it.
good. That's very
Yeah.
No,
impressive.
you know, I have a
because-
perfect example. We're at the gym the other day looking for the heavyweights, and I hope this guy isn't watching. And this man had 28 48-pound weights
Yes, awesome.
for a laying down leg press.
Right.
So I looked at it and I'm like, I'm gonna check out this guy's form, and it was probably like a
That's right,
a
man.
5-6 inch movement, and I'm like, so
I think that's very real
what are you
life
trying
of us.
to prove to anyone?
Well, all of us have one or two things that we really, really excel at, and we try to like focus on that. And
Yes.
the idea is like, don't focus on the things you're already world class at.
Yeah.
Find the things that you're weak at and make yourself more well-rounded.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
And I'm like, that's not full range of motion, bro.
You're not doing it, yeah.
That's what happens in the
That's
gym.
right.
Okay, and what's the last one?
So the last one I have was in every Scooby-Doo movie, someone ends up pinned underneath something. So in this
Okay.
one, I had a spooky bookshelf, and it fell over on me. Mac, can you get the bookshelf off me and save me?
I think
Yes,
you could,
because
Because
Matt.
the bad guys are coming.
I'm going to use my legs, not my lower back,
Spooky
and I'm
shelf.
going to pick up the bookshelf
Good.
because my adrenaline is flowing because I don't want you to be hurt.
All right, as long as we're
And
working
I'll
on
push
that.
it up.
But that's the idea. On the podcast, it was one of my favorite ones to write. It was my favorite ones to kind of record and do it. But I've got 10 or 12 different things on just, are you healthy enough? And the idea is just like you said, it's not about surviving the horror movie. It's about, are you well-rounded? Are you healthy? Can you make it? I mean, my main goal, my mission at the end of the day, if I'm going tactical, is to make it home to my family, make it home to my kids, and survive, be the dad.
Yes,
So
and
you
we're
gotta have
not
it.
exactly encouraging you guys to go try to hop your fence right now if you're, if you're out of practice. But this is something that even when I like the challenge of on a commercial break,
get there.
try some regular movements, just getting
it.
down on your knees and getting up, down
That's
on your
right.
knees and up, sitting up, and just the repetition of those movements at some point will help strengthen you and you build that
just
stamina.
start to
and-
get yourself better, no matter what it is. Get yourself better. And if you do like the fun stuff with the Halloween, then look at the Tough Mudders and the Spartans and
Yeah.
the Berserkers, because that's my kind of fitness.
Sure,
So of
or you
course
can
I
even
love
have
that
like
type
a
of
little
stuff.
field day with your kids and
a good way to
challenge
do it.
each other, right?
Yeah.
All right, so tell us the 4 one more time for our viewers watching at home.
Well, you got to be able to run. Every
Okay.
human being is built to run. You
Yes.
got to be mobile. If humans can't be mobile, they are going to die earlier, and that's a fact.
Sit,
I want
squat,
you to be
get up
able-
from the ground.
Everything.
jump.
Move around, get into weird positions. I mean, do your yoga stuff, anything. Just move your joints.
And being old
I mean,
is
as-
not an excuse because there are
No, it's
lifters
not.
out there, there's yogis.
I
there's
make my
people that-
money as a chiropractor for people coming in, they've lost their mobility. Like
Yes.
they need that.
Yes.
They need it. Then the second 2 are kind of strength-based. Be able to climb stuff. We're humans. If you look at our anatomy, we're basically built to run, climb, lift heavy things, and swim.
Sure.
So you got to be able to do some of that, and then be strong enough to be functional.
Yes.
If you can't carry the load of laundry down the stairs and put it in without aching and being in pain, you've got some problems.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
I can
with
do
you.
the laundry. The other ones, you're getting me depressed on.
All right. Well, thanks, Chad. I really like
Yeah,
that
just
whole
kind of a
metaphor.
different
It's
one.
realistic, and I think you can apply it to your emotional strength as well, but that's a whole other segment. All right, guys, coming up, how do you know if you have the right doctor? We mentioned this earlier. If you didn't realize it, you actually are capable of choosing the perfect doctor for yourself. So we're going to talk to Dr. Christopher Arnold with WellMed, and he's going to help you figure it out. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.